Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski, I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. So let's start, and obviously we need to start with the calendar. So here it is. Yesterday we had a press conference from ECB. Nothing major really happened, so euro did not change much. I will show you that in a minute. Today we got inflation. Overnight we got inflation from Japan, which came in line with expectations, so no major movements on the market. And we are still waiting for the GDP data in 3.5 hours. Definitely important for the traders. Important data for the traders trading on American dollar. And also in 5 hours we will have speech from Mario Draghi, ECB president. Obviously we all know him. As it is the last day of this week, last Friday of this week, let's say like this, last day of this week as well. I'm sorry. We need to check what is going to happen on the next week, right? So if you want to open a position today, you will keep it over the weekend, and you need to know what is going to happen on Monday. Mondays are usually quiet, but this time Monday can be quite busy. Retail trade data from Japan. Also PCE, personal consumption expenditures from US, important data for the American dollar. On Tuesday we have a pack of data from Eurozone, so definitely GDP, but also inflation from Germany, the biggest economy in Europe. On Wednesday we do have inflation from Australia, important for the Australian dollar obviously. PMIs from China, also important for the Australian dollar. Interest rate decision statement, press conference from Bank of Japan. And what else? Inflation from Eurozone. So Wednesday will be very, very busy. I think the busiest day. Next week, also on Thursday, we do have interest rate decision from China, and we do have also pack of data from UK. So interest rate decision from UK, and that's it. So Wednesday and Thursday will be the day, 2 days that will be important next week. With that being said, we are ready to move to the charts. So American dollar to Japanese yen, as you can see, Japanese yen is quite strong, and actually it is here, the price is going lower despite the strength of the American dollar, which is quite interesting. So Japanese yen is really, really powerful at the moment. What we are having here is traders try to finish this head and shoulder pattern with another breakout. We had left shoulder, head and a right shoulder, a breakout attempt, then a bounce, then another try. The way to the downside is still open. Right, all we need for a proper trading signal, we need the price closing below the blue area, because that would mean the breakout of the horizontal support and the dynamic uptrend line. So price closing below the blue line, actually we can make it even like this. Price closing below the blue line will be a proper sell signal, which may even happen today. You never know. You can see the strength of the New Zealand, of the Japanese yen here, New Zealand dollar to Japanese yen, head and shoulder. smaller head and shoulder, and it resulted with a downswing, correction, downswing. This is very, very nice situation here, very nice pattern, and you shouldn't be surprised because we are talking about that yesterday. Actually, if you want to be precise, it's like that. We were talking about that yesterday. We were seeing here a further downswing, and this is what is happening. Euro to British pound. On the other hand, here we were waiting for a further drop, but the thing is that we told you not to trade this because of the ECB. So we said that from the technical point of view, this setup looked extremely sweet. From the bearish point of view, like it looked awesome for the sellers because we had a head and shoulder pattern, breakout of the neckline. Then neckline was tested as a resistance. First test, second test. Second test was good here, but then the price broke this resistance and went higher. So this actually kind of breaks the midterm downtrend line, breaks the horizontal resistance. So this cancels the sell signal even despite the fact that we are still in a flag. But in my opinion, breakout of those two cancels the sell signal. This is why you don't trade those events because it's a lottery. Let me remove all those lines, all those unnecessary lines. Here. So what we have here is a downtrend correction, downtrend correction, downtrend correction. Most recently, this correction is not regular. So we're messing a little bit with the technical analysis, but we had the Bank of Canada here, which messed up with the technical pattern. Well, actually, still the sentiment is negative. And to make things simple, right? As long as we stay below the blue line, the sentiment is negative. Simple as that. No reason to complicate trading because trading should be easy, not complicated. Now gold. Gold has another try to break this resistance, and maybe this time it will be successful. Because at the same time it's kind of a ascending triangle pattern with a horizontal resistance and dynamic uptrend line. Maybe a small bounce, but eventually we should see the breakout. Why? Because it's a strong resistance, and it did not result with a drop. So it did not result with a bounce. So this is showing us a bullish pressure and a bullish potential here. And I see a chance for a further upswing here. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. Another one. To be honest with you, when the price was bouncing from this neckline, I was seeing a chance for a drop. The drop is not happening, so traders ignore the correction equality pattern here, ignore this downtrend line. So I'm happy that I did not enter this position because the reversal is pretty strong. It is too strong actually. We can say that we still have a sell signal because we are below the yellow area, but in my opinion, price closing above the yellow area will be a signal to go long and will be signal canceling the negative approach here. So instead of the head and shoulder pattern, what we may get here is a wedge, and the breakout of the upper line of the wedge should give us a buy signal. Australian dollar to Swiss franc. Here we are bouncing from the lower line of the correction. Breakout of the yellow area along with this black line will be a signal to go short. Actually, we can adjust this to the most recent situation here. Breakout of the yellow area, that actually we can ignore this and this. Yes, breakout of the yellow area will give us a sell signal. But movements here are also irregular. Strong drop, strong reversal, strong drop, strong reversal, strong drop. Now it's a sideways trend. I don't like to trade in these conditions. I like directional movements. Here you just get signal, cancellation, signal, cancellation. This is how it goes here. New Zealand dollar to Swiss franc. That's a proper line. That's another line. Here. We are about to test the neckline of this inverse head and shoulder formation. Horizontal support here, lower line of the flag, neckline. Okay, we are in a demand area here. This is why we see a bounce. We'll see if this upswing, if this bounce will be sustainable. New Zealand dollar to American dollar. That is the beauty of our analysis. From yesterday, we were negative. The price was bouncing from the downtrend line. Here, the bounce was with the head and shoulder pattern. The bounce resulted with the breakout of the midterm uptrend line. The bounce resulted with the breakout of the neckline. The breakout of the neckline resulted with the test of this neckline as a resistance and drop. In the meantime, small correction, drop today. Overnight, so we did not have a chance to react on this. And, well, sell signal, yes, we do have a proper sell signal. And the price should aim the long-term lows. Because here we had lows in 8th of December. Now euro to Swiss franc. Downtrend correction. And as you can see, yesterday did not bring us any results. Because yes, we had this movement here and here. But as you can see, we started the day here and ended the day here. So we ended the day more or less in the same place where we started it. What happened is that our scenario happened. So here we said that the price will test this line as a resistance and then we will have a bounce. And this is what is happening here. Obviously, by drawing like this or like this, it wasn't about the time, but about the principle that it is going to happen. Here it happened here. We do have a sell signal here, but if you want to be safe, wait for the breakout of the orange line first. Cable also. We wrote an analysis about cable at the beginning of the week, and this was an awesome analysis because we said that the price will go lower. We said that there is a sell signal, and there was a beautiful breakout of the downtrend line, then a correction, then new lows, correction, new lows, and now we are on the support and we are seeing a bounce, but most probably we should see the continuation of the drop. So our outlook on the cable is negative, and we should aim those lows. Now American dollar to Canadian dollar. Here lows got rejected 2 days ago and the price reversed sharply. This was a flag was ignored. I should have deleted that yesterday. What is happening here that we are back above the horizontal support and we are aiming this horizontal resistance. So we are coming back to this scenario. We are coming back to the flag scenario here and here. So what we should get here, we got here upswing, correction, upswing, correction, upswing, correction. Most probably we should get a breakout of those two lines and a further upswing. It looks like this will happen here. So the breakout of those two lines and a further continuation of this movement. But the price for me is a bit too high right now, and I would be scared of a correction here, upswing correction, and then when you will see a bounce here, for example, bullish price pattern on the yellow area, you can think about buying. American dollar to Swiss franc with a proper buy signal. You can see this yellow area. Yellow area was an important resistance here. Resistance, 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 resistance. Below the resistance, the price created a small pennant. Pennant was resulted with a bullish breakout. We touched the resistance, small bounce, breakout, and now we're using the horizontal resistance as a support. And this support acted perfectly because we have a long tail. So that is a proper buy signal on this instrument. Here, here. Now oil. Oil has a continuation of the downtrend. Started with this head and shoulder formation, downswing, pennant, downswing, descending triangle, downswing, pennant again. Pennant should end with a breakout of the lower line of the flag and should result with the price aiming this yellow area. And this is our outlook on the WTI oil. Nothing changes here, to be honest with you. S&P 500. So indexes, are we still in a correction stage, or did we start the proper downtrend? Well, my vote goes for the proper downtrend. The only problem for me is the lack of the fundamental events that could trigger this, and that's just a panic selling, mostly technical, but I'm waiting for the fundamental event that will support this. Maybe Deutsche Bank, who knows. Anyway, what's happening on S&P 500 is that we broke the long-term uptrend line, and we tested that as a resistance, and we are aiming lower. The thing is that buyers can still be safe, as the drop from now is still smaller than the drop from the beginning of the year, which was huge here. These are the same rectangles. So we still have a few points to get there. We're also above the horizontal support, and I think that the price will eventually get to the support. And many traders most probably will buy on this support, so that we'll have a bounce. But I will tell you my scenario when I would be absolutely sure. Well, you cannot be sure about anything on the market, but where the chances for a drop would be nice. So here, then we have a bounce, then we have a breakout, and when we will break this, my money will go for recession, not economic recession, because frankly, I don't care about that, but recession on stocks, so a bear market. I would love to see this kind of a scenario. I'm not gonna keep this because obviously if it will happen, it will happen in the next few months. So no reason to keep it on the chart, but I will talk about that obviously every day on our reports, because it's super important what is happening here. DAX new lows. DAX is in a worse situation than S&P 500. Here we do have this huge head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Breakout of the neckline. Neckline was tested as a resistance. Test was positive for the sellers because it resulted with a bounce. We have a bounce, we have a drop. And about the potential target, let me show you. The potential target is here, but it's just in theory. I do not follow this, but just interesting fact that when you have a head and shoulder formation, you try to measure the potential target. So you measure the distance between top of the head and the neckline. You put this where the breakout was. That's the distance. So the target is here. So we're in the middle between the neckline and the target. We have a lot of area to go down. So in my opinion, the drop should go at least here. But I think we can go even lower and lower and lower. Nikkei, also panic selling. Situation on Nikkei looks more like on S&P 500 than DAX, because Europe has its own problems, obviously. So what we have here is a bounce from the uptrend line, then a breakout of the uptrend line and a horizontal support, and now price is in a free fall. So similar situation to S&P 500. There is also similarity here that we have this horizontal support here, which we should aim, which we should eventually reach here, here, here. That will be my sell signal. This place. Now Bitcoin, as you can see, a small rise. Well, small, big, doesn't matter, because we are in a very, very boring sideways trend. Nothing is happening. We are locked in a very tight range, and we are waiting for the breakout for the proper signal. In my opinion, we are still in negative territory. Even the breakout of the upper line will not change my approach. We somehow escaped from this downtrend line, but the price was more pushed outside. We didn't have a breakout. The price was pushed outside of this line. If not this resistance, we still have this, and I need to see volume here. I need to see a strong daily candle. They tried this, but it was unsuccessful. That is why we are locked in. Look at the volatility in the recent few days. Nothing, 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 nothing. And now dollar index. Interesting situation here. Upswing, correction, upswing, correction, upswing, flag, upswing, flag. Most probably an upswing, right? We are above the horizontal support as well. It looks promising. It looks optimistic for the buyers. We should get the continuation of this movement soon. Okay, a quick recap of the situation here with clear, hopefully, signals. Oh, American dollar to Japanese yen is having sell signal as we speak. It's an H4 candle, so it will be closed in 40 minutes. Once the candle will close below this line, they will have a proper sell signal. New Zealand dollar to Japanese yen, that's also a negative situation. Euro to British pound, that's positive. American dollar to Canadian dollar, Australian dollar to Canadian dollar, hard to tell. Gold, positive. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar are still negative. Australian dollar to Swiss franc, breakout of the yellow area, sell signal. New Zealand dollar to Swiss franc, bounce from here, buy signal. New Zealand dollar, American dollar, sell. Euro to Swiss franc, sell. Cable, sell. American dollar to Canadian dollar, buy. American dollar, Swiss franc, buy. Oil, sell. S&P, sell. DAX, sell. Nikkei, sell. Bitcoin, unknown. And dollar index, that is buy. So here is our outlook on the market, and hopefully you enjoy that. Now, thanks very much for attending this webinar, and now a break, half an hour break, and after that live trading. So I will tell you about my strategy, my approach, my results. Thanks very much, all the best, and see you soon. And remember, in the meantime, visit our Twitter account and our website, altpari.news.